This is what's great about sports. This is what the greatest thing about sports is. You play to win the game. Hello? You play to win the game.
Winning isn't everything, but it's the only thing. In our business, there is no second place. Either you're first or you're last.
Ain't this what they've been waiting for? You ready?
And now, the W with Walls and the crew.
Good morning.
Where winning isn't everything, it's the only thing. On 100.1 FM.
Good morning.
And Facebook Live.
Good morning. Good morning. Right back like we never left. Another Saturday morning with the W Show, Kansas City, talking sports and pop culture. If this is your first time checking us out, we greatly appreciate you doing that, making us a part of your Saturday morning. You could be watching college football, but you're watching us and listening to us on 100.1 FM, 1 Kansas City Radio. We appreciate it. And if you're listening, make sure you go and like and follow us at the W Show KC on any social media platform that you use. Jazz, been a long week. Good morning.
It has been a long week. Good morning.
I'm excited. Preseason is over. Regular season is here, and I know our producer Broderick is happy that it's college football season is here. He's excited.
Yeah,
so,
it's the real deal now.
Yeah. I think everyone has their great days, right? I saw a picture that Drake has a new haircut. So my day is better than his.
I wouldn't call that great at all by any means. It kind of is giving like the night that I deep conditioned my hair and just let it sit. I don't know. I'm not feeling it at all, but maybe it's a new wave, maybe he'll start something.
Yeah. I think we have Q joining us. Q, what's up, man?
You can hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now. What's up, man?
There
How are
we
you?
go. Oh man, I'm good. I'm not sure what's going on with my camera, but just out here in Chicago, man.
Yeah. How was you went to a concert yesterday, right?
Yeah, I went to Kehlani's concert. Really good show.
Oh, okay.
I loved it. Loved it. I was singing a lot. I'll probably send a couple of top secret videos from my girlfriend of me singing in the concert, but you guys can't share these.
Oh yeah, we definitely are gonna play those on the show. Send them over. In all the years I've known Q, I've never heard him sing.
I mean, he's the DJ side of it. He does his side. He sticks to it. I can support it.
Definitely.
All right, well, we have a lot to talk about this morning. Other than Aaron Rodgers being in. Sources have confirmed that Aaron Rodgers was at Green Lady Lounge before the game on Saturday. On Thursday. Sorry, on Thursday.
So were you the source?
No, a little birdie told us. A little birdie told us.
He just wanted to see a show like Q, If he's in Kansas City, he might as well make it worthwhile.
Definitely.
All right. In some sad news, fell on Kansas City earlier this week. Hall of Fame QB Lynn Dawson, who led the Kansas City to Super Bowl 4. He a win in Super Bowl 4. He passed away at age 87. And we'll hear from Chiefs owner Clark Hunt, and we'll see what the team did to honor him during last Thursday night's game, during that final preseason game. And Kevin Durant, he'll stay with the Brooklyn Nets. Is anybody surprised by that?
No.
That we've got some sources in Brooklyn and also his team management that says he'll be right there. He's not going anywhere. And Leon Edwards, he stuns the world with the late round knockout to take the welterweight title. Jazz, did you watch that fight?
I did not.
Oh, come on, Q. Did you watch the fight?
No, not at all.
Well, good, because we're going to have a replay of the fight coming up in the show, so we can see exactly what happened. All right, Vanessa Bryant, she won $15 million in her verdict in lawsuit over Kobe Bryant crash photos. And coming up in about 30 minutes, we'll have our sneakers of the week during our Hate It or Love It segment. Let's get to today's headlines.
And now, here are the biggest sports headlines from this week. We bring them to you every Saturday morning on The W with Walls and the Crew on 100.1 FM and Facebook Live.
First, we'll start off with our condolences to Hall of Fame QB Lynn Dawson's family, who, like Steven mentioned, led Kansas City Chiefs to Super Bowl IV when and passed away at the age 87. First, let's hear from Clark Hunt.
Start by expressing my condolences to Lynn's wife, Linda, and his children, Lynn Jr. and Lisa. My family's thoughts and prayers are with his family during this very challenging time. The Chiefs and the city of Kansas City have truly lost an icon. Lynn Dawson has been associated with the Chiefs organization for 60 years, and his impact both on and off the field will be remembered by generations of pro football fans. Lynn was my first sports hero, and he remained somebody I admired and respected his entire life. His impact on the Kansas City Chiefs and everyone who has ever worked for the organization cannot be overstated. With that, I'm happy to open it up to questions.
It's good to hear Chiefs CEO owner Clark Hunt talk about, the impact that Lynn Dawson had on not only the city, but his father, and had on just the game of football. He talked about how the leadership of Lynn Dawson and some of the other players, along with his father, how they helped mold football and how they helped football to what it's become today. And I think he was definitely an icon, and he's going to be on the you can call Mount Rushmore of sports in Kansas City. And there's you always have those guys who mean so much to a city, whether it be entertainers, athletes, business people, pioneers, and he's definitely one of those people for Kansas City.
Definitely, and especially when you see and being an athlete myself, and there's so many other athletes or just people in the limelight that you look up to, and it's even though you never personally met them, it's crazy how their passing still affects you, or you feel it. Even with Kobe, I remember the day that it happened, and you could hear a pin drop wherever you were, and it was none of us have ever personally had a conversation, but you just feel it, somebody's presence being so powerful and having so much of an impact that even though you never talked to them a day in your life, you feel it. It's really crazy, and you could see how much Kansas City felt it, and especially the Chiefs organization. So let's see what to honor Lynn Dawson.
Going on the field. Go ahead, Art.
But it's a special moment here as they are going to do a huddle that was famously used by the late, great Len Dawson. It's the choir huddle. And this is how Len Dawson huddled up with his team. And a great sign of respect. Pat Mahomes out there for the first play of the game. And Trent, I know you had the opportunity to huddle your guys up once in the choir huddle.
Well, it's just a tribute to those guys that set the foundation for this organization and for the team. And what a great tribute to Lynn Dawson as Patrick Mahomes comes off the field.
That is a class act right there.
And we got to see that. That was before the Chiefs' opening drive during Thursday's game. Q, what do you think about that?
No, I mean, it's great, really, to have that tribute, and then just the relationship that they had. It's really carrying on a legacy. Nobody, and correct me if I'm wrong, but there aren't any other Chiefs quarterbacks in franchise history that won a Super Bowl. So, just even having that connection and being that special to the organization.
Yeah, you definitely correct about that. And he a lot of people don't, most folks know him, at least younger people know him of his broadcast career post football, right? They know him of being with KNBC, Channel 9 here in KC.
Definitely.
At least that's, I mean, I never got to see him play, of course. But he is the I guess you could say the epitome of what a post career could look like in broadcast, like of an athlete transitioning from sports to media, and he was able to do that, and he did it well.
And being a legend in both, like you said, like you see a lot of athletes they're great at the game, and then when they get on the camera or whatever, they're uncomfortable, or you wouldn't think that they would be that way because they know so much about the game. But to be able to be such an icon in both is impressive.
Yeah, I agree.
Definitely.
Now, Sammy Watkins says Aaron Rodgers is on another level than Patrick Mahomes.
Oh, brother. What's that dropping? Oh, brother. Yeah, this is another one of those like troll, and I get it. This is one of those troll things. Like, you want to still be in the limelight. You still want to be you mentioned what did Jeezy say? You mentioned me, bring the whole city out.
Yeah.
So you mentioned Patrick Mahomes, you gonna have some controversy there. You're gonna bring cameras to you. So yeah, I just think he has no basis on saying this. There's in Patrick Mahomes so far in his young career, he's only been to the playoffs, been to the Super Bowl, 2 Super Bowls, and he's only done great things. Like Aaron Rodgers had some down seasons. And even if you look in his past 5 seasons, Patrick Mahomes has been better than Aaron Rodgers. So I don't know if you're looking at just the totality of his career, or even if we're just looking at last year. Let's put it there. Aaron Rodgers came out and won the MVP. However, he didn't play much better than Patrick Mahomes. He didn't play better than him at all, to me. And I may just have a little bias there, but I don't think he's a better quarterback right now.
Yeah, definitely not right now. I mean, saying he's on another level, what does that actually mean? Like, does that mean he's on a higher level? Does that mean he's better? But I'm not. I mean, who's to say for that? But definitely, Aaron Rodgers is not playing at the level that Patrick Mahomes is right now, and especially from production from your team.
Yeah, and Patrick Mahomes isn't at Green Lady Lounge before a game. So
maybe that's the difference.
I think that's it right there.
That is definitely it. But even just comparing like longevity, I feel like it's not even fair to compare right now. Like, granted, of course, Patrick has had the Super Bowls, but it's like you're comparing so much longer. He's had so much more time to prove himself, so it's not even fair.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And I think Sammy's been around the league a little bit. And now he's on the tail end. He has, less days of playing football in front of him than he did behind him, right? So I think now he's just kind of preparing for that post-career move. Maybe we see guys do this every year. Like, I mean, we've seen guys go from, all right, let's talk about LaShawn McCoy, Shady. What did he do to start making his break? Talked about Andy Reid, talked about the Chiefs, talked about his past experiences, and that's what people want to hear. They don't want to hear everything is all glitters and gold. They want to hear like the controversy. That's what sells. So I think this may be a post career move for him. Starting it now, but he's still playing. So let's see how his year goes in Green Bay.
Definitely.
Now, speaking of controversy, Patrick Beverley tweet that Durant trade drama held up player moves, gets KD's response that he's not going anywhere. Let's see their back and forth.
Yeah. So Patrick Beverley on Twitter, he said, "Y'all can sit down and don't say nothing, but that ain't cool. It's dudes with families out here who haven't gotten a job because of this KD blank, and to be on and off ain't cool. Blessing gang." So basically, he's talking about the fact that KD held up off-season moves because of a possible trade or a possible air quotes retirement. So then KD says, "Blame KD." Hashtag blame KD, which I mean, it's cool because everybody says, "Oh, it's because of KD that the league shifted when he teamed up with the Warriors and all that." So then Patrick Beverley came back and said, gang, who said I was talking about you? I'm speaking of how it was done. Guys need to keep that private, but noted.
Oh man,
you don't want to
get out of here.
He backpedaled a little bit.
A lot of it.
That was definitely a backpedal. Like, keep that same
Yeah.
energy, man. You know you were talking about KD.
Nah, yeah, I think he was just trying to air out something, and then I don't know. I just hate when guys get like that. Like, if you're gonna tell us, tell us. Like,
Yeah.
don't jump around the subject to try to make like these wild general statements when it's that, and especially someone at his stature. Like, you shouldn't be the guy that's he's just running his mouth, and I hate it. It sounds childish.
But you know what? Patrick Beverley is another one of those guys that is preparing for his post-career move, right?
Yeah.
Like, he's saying all of the outlandish stuff. Now, I get why he said it, because a lot of times you hear about these high-profile players, and it's like, all right, well, we're gonna see what these guys are gonna do. We're gonna see what teams cause the shakeup in the league, and then we'll make our move off of their move. Well, in this case, it was. I mean, there's some truth to it, because in this case, it's just like, all right, well, KD is a high-profile athlete, so if he goes to the Boston Celtics, then what is the Eastern Conference going to look like? So then everyone else needs to make their move after that move is made. So it's a game of chess by these owners, and it's smart. But at the end of the day, Patrick Beverley, you've made enough money to sit here and be counting pennies talking about we need to take care of our families. Your family is taken care of 10 times over, right? Like, so sounds like rich people problems to me.
And if you're gonna say it's in your chest, like, that's where I had a problem with it. Like, you already alluded to it, so why not just go there?
Yeah,
like,
I agree.
I would have more respect for you if you would have just said it.
Yes, if you say it, stand on it.
Right. Now, Leon Edwards stuns late knockout to take the welterweight title. Since Q and I missed it, let's see what happened.
It's not the cloth from which he is cut. I mean, that is a degenerate.
Oof.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't see that. I think I was at work, but I was telling you guys earlier this week, my cousin that's a hand-to-hand combat instructor, he had sent me that. Like, he usually sends me the videos as they're happening. And just watching that, like, the kick didn't even look that hard, but clearly it connected in the right place. Because that's why I'm not a fighter.
But the thing about it too is that, I mean, he was getting beat the whole fight. Like, it wasn't even a question. Like, he was getting beat. Like, and all Kamaru Usman needed to do was kind of lay back and chill. Like, all you needed to do was win the fight, and he got caught slipping, and that's what they say,
Slept.
You got to stay ready.
I don't think I could ever recover from something like that.
Stay ready so you don't have to get ready.
Hey, true facts. Now we're going to take a quick break. Coming up, we'll discuss Vanessa Bryant wins $15 million in lawsuit over Kobe Bryant's crash. Keep it locked in. This is W Show. We'll be right back.
You're tuned in to the W with Walls and the Crew, where winning isn't everything. It's the only thing. On 100.1 FM and Facebook Live.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
Come spin with us, Kansas City. KC WeSpin 360 is the coolest 360 video spinner experience for events. KC WeSpin 360 is taking it to the next level. The 360 video spinner platform rental will be the life of the party. Everyone will be talking about their 360 video experience while bragging about it on their social media pages. The captivating slow motion and reverse effects will have your guests feeling like celebrities. The KC WeSpin 360 video spinner can capture slow-mo videos, GIFs, and boomerangs from every angle. Specializing in corporate events, weddings, social gatherings, bar bat mitzvahs, school events, and fundraisers, KC WeSpin 360 can be found online at kcwespin360.com. Come spin with us, Kansas City.
Don't be depressed, frustrated, or stressed because of the loss of a loved one. Golden Gate Funeral and Cremation Services is here to assist you with a smooth, stress-free transition. It doesn't matter how your loved one transitioned, we will offer you a memorable celebration to your liking. We are a family-friendly, full-service funeral home. right here in the heart of the city, offering affordable cremations and package pricing and quality service. Call us when you need us. 816-231-GATE. That's 816-231-4283. There's only one Golden Gate, located at 2800 East 18th Street, Kansas City, Missouri. Exchanging your grief for a golden experience.
Are you ready to take your gaming experience to the next level? Max Adrenaline Mobile Video Gaming is here to offer the best mobile entertainment that includes video games, laser tag, and karaoke. Our mobile video game theater offers a 33-foot climate-controlled luxury RV with 5 gaming stations, and we can accommodate up to 20 players at once. Are you looking for entertainment at your next event? Well, look no further. We'll come to you. Specializing in birthday parties for all ages, sports events, team building, corporate events, school functions, holiday parties, and more. We're here when you need us at 816-897-0509 or maxadrenalinekc.com.
You're tuned in to the W with Walls and the Crew, where winning isn't everything. It's the only thing. On 100.1 FM and Facebook Live.
Remember to interact with our show. Use hashtag talk about it. Message us and we'll talk about whatever topic you want. Now,
I'm ready. Real quick, I'm ready for people to start getting back with the hashtag talk about it, because I see a lot of people just sending me messages and tweets and it's like, oh, y'all should talk about this. Y'all should talk about that. Some good, some bad. We're gonna get back to that, like, because I like getting some of the comments from our audience and our listeners, viewers as well. So yeah,
even if it's like fun stuff that we don't normally talk about, it gets the conversation going for sure. Now, Vanessa Bryant wins $15 million verdict in lawsuit over Kobe Bryant crash photos. Hugh, your thoughts?
Man, I hate that taxpayers have to pay for the stupidity of guys that are supposed to know the law.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Yeah,
I agree.
It's insane,
and I feel like it's just moral. Like, as by being an officer yourself, you'd think you'd have like more respect for the family, respect for the situation than just to make that move. I don't know.
And the way that it all went down, like, it was just a police officer trying to impress a woman at the bar. And he showed I don't know how it went down, but I'm assuming it was just like, hey, you want to see the photos of Kobe Bryant? Like, who would want to see like who would want to see that? That's not going to impress anyone, right? And so she went and told, and here we are. But the fact of Vanessa Bryant saying that, and I get that too. She still suffers from emotional distress, and all of the other families, because there's no telling how many photos he actually had and showed.
Facts.
Exactly. and that just sounds crazy. Like, no one should have be an authority figure. I should say nobody should be an authority figure that takes joy in sharing photos of dead bodies. Like, that's just ridiculous. No matter which way you slice it.
And not just any like corpse, right? Like, they were disfigured.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's very graphic and gruesome. So but I'm glad that she's able to put this behind her and her family. And also she intends to give the $15 million to the Mamacita Foundation to honor Kobe and Gianna's legacy.
I love that for sure. And especially because, of course, they were very well off beforehand.
Yeah.
But to see them actually see her actually putting it forward afterwards, because I mean, she could have gone so many different directions with it, but to see that her still making an impact and putting it back into the community, I feel like just speaks volume of her character and her morals that the person that like did it should have had.
And she said it was never about the money. It was just about the wrongdoing of not only Kobe and Gianna, but the other families as well, because the other families, I believe, had a monetary settlement or won a monetary lawsuit as well. So,
as they should.
Yeah.
Now, 3 young Black athletes sweep the podium at U.S. Gymnastic Championships, making history.
This is dope. 17, 20, and 21. I've never seen it before. I mean, we've only seen like I don't even think there's been that many Black women gymnasts that have competed all at once that I've ever seen.
Right. Yeah.
So this is dope.
And young cats too, like at 17.
Yeah. No, I mean you're looking at the future. They'll end up sweeping the Olympics one day, and I'm just gonna have to slay this clip just to say, you know, I'm Nostradamus or something.
Now, Alabama gives Saban new 8-year, $93.6 million deal.
Crazy. It's crazy. Now, Nick Saban's, as all of the, we talk about NIL deals each and every week of these college athletes and getting $1 million deals, Lamborghinis, and all. Nick Saban's like, all right. He's like the Godfather, just sitting back in the corner and rubbing his Birdman rub, hand rub. He's like, all right, I'm gonna let y'all get this off.
I got something for you.
But yeah, I'm working on the deal myself. So I think not only is he a good coach. Now I'm not one to say what a person is worth, what their job is worth. So I think whatever he feels that it's worth. If he's fine, okay with it, then I'm okay with it. I mean, he's a great coach, a leader of young men. And so yeah, the money's out there. It's better than the NCAA or the institution getting it.
True.
No, definitely. up the skull, babyface Ray. Or babyface Nick.
Because you gotta remember too, he wasn't the highest paid in college football. It was Kirby Smart. He held the title of the highest earning coach in public school. I think, what did he have? $10.25 million and $112 million across 10-year extension. I don't know if I could stay in one place for 10 years. That's a long time.
And just knowing, like, you're like, I got 8 years left. Like that's a long time to say.
Until a new deal, you count down the days, say you get a new deal.
That's a lot of days.
Yeah, Nick Saban's 70 years old, getting ready to turn 71. So he'll be 79. Come on.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
That is crazy. And I thought it was crazy that it doesn't even include, like, his salary doesn't even include incentive bonuses. So that's not even capping him.
So Alabama, he probably has an incentive of, okay, if you go undefeated, we're throwing another $1 million. If you kind of like the players, like if you come for workouts when it's not scheduled, you'll make an extra $100,000. But his is probably, you make another extra $1 million if you beat Clemson. If you go undefeated at home, if you run up the score this many times, So I think it's his incentive. I wonder what his incentives are, because they're probably crazy.
I want to know.
That would be interesting to see. Steve, you may need to go talk to that little birdie again.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Maybe. And even like when you see clips of like coaches getting so angry throwing their clipboard, in my head I'm like, yeah, they must have incentive on that one. Like there's a little bit more behind that. Like that was his meal right there that he lost. I'm curious, but we're gonna take a quick break. Coming up, we'll have our Hate It or Love It segment. Kick it off with our sneakers of the week. This is the W Show. We'll be right back.
You're tuned in to the W with Walls and the Crew, where winning isn't everything. It's the only thing. On 100.1 FM and Facebook Live.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
Come spin with us, Kansas City. KC WeSpin 360 is the coolest 360 video spinner experience for events. KC WeSpin 360 is taking it to the next level. The 360 video spinner platform rental will be the life of the party. Everyone will be talking about their 360 video experience while bragging about it on their social media pages. The captivating slow motion and reverse effects will have your guests feeling like celebrities. The KC WeSpin 360 video spinner can capture slow-mo videos, GIFs, and boomerangs from every angle. Specializing in corporate events, weddings, social gatherings, bar bat mitzvahs, school events, and fundraisers, KC WeSpin 360 can be found online at kcwespin360.com. Come spin with us, Kansas City.
Don't be depressed, frustrated, or stressed because of the loss of a loved one. Golden Gate Funeral and Cremation Services is here to assist you with a smooth, stress-free transition. It doesn't matter how your loved one transitioned, we will offer you a memorable celebration to your liking. We are a family-friendly, full-service funeral home right here in the heart of the city, offering affordable cremations and package pricing and quality service. Call us when you need us. 816-231-GATE. That's 816-231-4283. There's only one Golden Gate, located at 2800 East 18th Street, Kansas City, Missouri. Exchanging your grief for a golden experience.
Are you ready to take your gaming experience to the next level? Max Adrenaline Mobile Video Gaming is here to offer the best mobile entertainment that includes video games, laser tag, and karaoke. Our mobile video game theater offers a 33-foot climate-controlled luxury RV with 5 gaming stations, and we can accommodate up to 20 players at once. Are you looking for entertainment at your next event? Well, look no further. We'll come to you. Specializing in birthday parties for all ages, sports events, team building, corporate events, school functions, holiday parties, and more. We're here when you need us at 816-897-0509 or maxadrenalinekc.com.
You're tuned in to the W with Walls and the Crew, where winning isn't everything. It's the only thing. On 100.1 FM and Facebook Live.
Remember to interact with our show. Use hashtag talk about it, message us, and we will talk about whatever topic you want. But we do have a talk about it. The person who won the $1.3 billion lottery still has not came forward.
I'm not even mad. I'm not mad at that at all. I mean, you need I'm just putting our producer said put it back up there. No, but I think with that being said, if you need a little time. If you're gonna win that amount of money, like I need time to plan out. You know how sometimes people plan their funeral. I'm making my escape plan. You have some funeral planners like, all right, this is what I want, in your funeral. So I need an escape plan of, all right, so what happened?
You said a plan. How much were you talking about again?
1.3 billion. The lottery.
Okay, yeah. So I was making sure you said a B. I was just making sure, I wasn't hearing things while I'm in Chicago.
No, not million.
If it's 1.3 billion, what am I planning here? What I'm gonna plan to is wake up tomorrow, spend a little bit of money, relax, and then plan to eat when I'm hungry, plan to drink when I'm thirsty. What do you mean plan? What are you gonna plan, Steve?
You have to get like attorneys in order. You got to get because look, as soon as your photo goes out there, your life is immediately changed. You're gonna have people calling you, and I'm the kind of person that's like, all right, if somebody comes at me with a sad story, I'm gonna give them a couple dollars. So I got a plan to get somebody to say no for me.
Well,
you gotta be more hard body, Steve. You gotta be more hard body.
Yeah, because I'm coming to you with a sad story every day. Then
I mean, because like you at 1.3 billion, you could spend the 0.3. And then put the Billy away. Like you can put the Billy away and don't have to worry about that. So, I think with that amount of money, I'd literally and seriously, I'd have to like have a financial advisor, someone because I can go broke. I can spend $1 billion.
I don't think you can spend.
That's a lot of money.
I can spend $100. I can spend $1 billion.
Steve, you'd have to buy a couple of countries to go broke with $1 billion.
Oh, I'm hanging out. Y'all gonna. I shouldn't even say this, but I'm gonna be hanging out with Bryant every day. Like you're gonna see me.
I know you would.
Let me hold something.
I know you would.
I mean, just people like that because they can show you how to get to your next billion.
True.
I mean, but me and Brian ain't talking about money if we hanging out.
Well, what y'all talking about?
I don't know, but it definitely ain't gonna be about money because that's not a worry. If I've got $1 billion, if he got $1 billion and I got $1 billion, why are we talking about money, sir?
Well, I mean, as though like business like moves.
Yeah.
Like, what are you gonna do next?
Yeah. I get that, but I'm not telling Brian that so he could take my idea and then try to have more money than me. No.
But you would literally have more money. You would have more liquid money than Brian. Like you can pull up your bank statement and say, "Hey, it doesn't say this on Forbes, but look how much."
Nah, because I definitely probably would be like kicking it with Brian, trying to go to all the parties we go to and all that stuff.
The party's coming to me.
I'm not talking to nobody. I'm hopping on a jet and going country to country. You're not hearing from me. I would just hop. I'm out. I'm active.
No more W show, Jazz?
No. I'm on some island.
No more.
You can zoom in from Dubai. You know, I'm on an island. I'm on a different island every weekend. Y'all not hearing from me. I'm sorry.
And to have $1 billion though, that would be fun. Like just thinking about it.
You ain't never got to check your account. I check my commerce account every day, right?
Yeah.
Before I even get Chipotle. But you would never have to check it.
Yeah.
Imagine that feeling. Like, why even check? Why?
Yeah. It still says a B.
Until that fourth number changes, I'm not really worried.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Must be nice.
I'm at everything. Y'all gonna see me courtside. I'm like, dang, this dude with, you know how the Marlin man always has the orange jersey. Y'all gonna see, dang, this dude always. Who's the dude with the blue KC hat? Well, he's everywhere. All we see is the blue KC.
Well, you can't be in LA with blue on, Steve. So let's hold your horses here.
Okay, well, the Monarchs. Who's the dude with the Monarchs hat on?
Let's get into our hate it or love it segment.
It's that time for love it or hate it.
Hate it.
If we love it, we talk about it. If we hate it, we move on.
Starting off our sneakers of the week, we have the Nike Air Max 1 Dirty Denims.
I love these, actually.
Kind of like these. They probably look better in person.
Yeah, I do. Like it, even though it's not white on the bottom, but the gum bottom, you know, the tan bottom, the shoe kind of, you know, it kind of fades into the outer sole. So I like them. I really do.
I'd rock them for sure.
They're going for about $900 right now on eBay.
Oof, I need that billion. Then I will.
Talk about my sneaker closet with $1 billion.
Tough.
Yeah.
Tough. Now, would you get the Air Jordan 3 Dark Iris with the billion?
I'm having the dark iris, the light iris, the no iris. Yeah. These would be in my collection, but I like these too.
I love these. I think these are tops of the week.
Really? Tops?
Yeah.
What about the Air Jordan 12 Stealths?
Like these are classics. These are one of the classics I like. Kind of give me cool gray vibes. But these are pretty dope.
Tough, very tough. My favorites this week, the Nike Dunk Highs.
With the green, what is that? That's like a hunter green.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like those.
I feel like that's in right now for like fall and winter vibes. Is that army green color, the dark greens?
Yeah.
I'm rocking with
I'm trying to think what I could wear with those.
Get you a black jeans and a solid white tee. That's the Papa color.
Okay. All right.
I rock. Now, LeBron puts logo on tooth. Let's see what it looks like before you decide if you hate it or love it.
I get with it.
This is, I don't know. This may be showing my age a little bit.
It is.
But I don't like it. This was started by Odell Beckham Jr. And then Drake did it. And then now Bron's doing it. So now once LeBron does it, everybody's going to go and put their logo on there too. For what? Like, I want to be able to eat a cheeseburger in peace. Like, I don't have to worry about this. Now, you see people putting diamonds on their teeth like this.
It's tooth jewelry or dental jewelry, whatever they call it.
How do they stick that to your tooth?
Like braces, same thing they use for like braces, the cement.
Really? Nah, I'm good.
I don't know if I would necessarily look at a guy and be like, that teeth jewelry is amazing. You know? Like, so I'm like really confused what you're getting
that on my tooth? Nah. What?
Can you brush your teeth like normal? Like, can you use regular toothpaste?
Is that gold? Like, can it turn? Can it rust?
No.
No.
He's got $1 billion. He's not putting pennies in his mouth.
No copper mouth.
Now, Magic Johnson shuts down false rumor that he was donating blood at the ring.
Oh my God.
Hate it or love it.
I hate this story. Like, because
I hate it.
This is one of those I know Key talked about that's been around for a long time. And he's never come out and said, anything about it. And he finally did on his tweet. He said, "I'm aware of the false stories circling the internet. And to be clear, I have never donated blood."
I would hope so.
Yeah.
That's just wild.
I just have no more words. Reports suggest that NBA Hall of Fame Allen Iverson allegedly had 35 families on payroll at one point. Hate it or
Love
love it.
it.
I
I
love
love
it.
it.
And he didn't even have anywhere near $1 billion.
Yeah.
I love
No,
it.
not at all. But I mean, I love it because again, when you look at the amount of money, people like this handle, you need staff. So Steve, like you were saying, you were talking about lawyers and people to litigate different things and different
Mhm.
strategists. But yeah, you also have people that um, assist you with your day to day. But then there's a multitude of reasons that you could be paying different people, especially when you're handling deals that are like $90 million, $100 million. You
Mhm.
need somebody. And I mean, no matter if it's big or small, your budget is big or small, but I mean, just being able to employ different families, that's big because I mean, some people keep their money to themselves.
Yeah. And according to Spot Track, he had earned an estimated 154 million
Yeah.
through his NBA career. And I think it just shows about what kind of person Allen Iverson is. We
Mhm.
see and we hear like all the rumors. Oh well, no, he's what was the term that people came out talked about Allen Iverson? Oh, he's a thug. He's not that guy. I'm like, man, he wants to take care of his family, his friends, and so he and his friends had a deal. It was basically if one person makes it, whoever it is,
Mhm.
whoever makes it first, then they're gonna bring the rest along for the ride. And that
Yeah,
was
you
it.
put everybody else on.
And he put everybody else on. Same thing with LeBron. Same thing that he did.
Hmm.
And so you
Hmm.
only if you can't bring the people up that's around you from day one, then who are you gonna be able to do that with?
Right. And you would think in the perfect world, like that's who you do it for ideally. Like you
Yeah.
want to be able to put everybody on, everybody kick it.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, not everybody has that opinion, but it's like if I'm gonna have that caliber of money and be able to do those things, I want to have the people around me to enjoy that with me. Like, why not them that's been with me since I had nothing?
Yep. What J. Cole say? Well, I'm gonna sit in first class if my boys can't sit.
Facts.
Yeah.
Mic drop. And also, the legend will receive a pension of $8,000 per month when he turns 45 years old from the NBA. Still,
Yeah, that's crazy.
Love it.
And we talked about it earlier this week too. Whoever had the foresight of telling him, all right, put $32 million that you can't access until you're 55 years old.
Hmm.
So and it pays him. I don't know if it's like the dividend or whatever, but he's getting paid $1 million annually.
No, definitely. And I mean, that's a huge bag.
forward thinking.
Sheesh. And just even to have that foresight, like like you said a couple of minutes ago, Steve, just about like having somebody to help you budget. That's probably what it was back then. Seeing how generous he was with the money he already had. Like, hey, let's go ahead and put this away
Yeah.
now, so we make sure that you're good, years from now. Because again, like you saying, you could spend through $1 billion. I mean, 10, 15 years ago, going through $1 million was pretty easy.
Yeah, it was still easy.
Now,
Yeah.
Tyreek Hill was asked if he could be handcuffed to Jackson Mahomes in order to win another Super Bowl, and was very straightforward about his response in absolutely not. The Super Bowl can wait. Hate it or love it.
First of all, I'm not even sure why he went on the Jake Paul podcast or whatever that they're calling it. Some of the stuff that they were talking about on that podcast was just they were talking about the people that are DMing Jake Paul's girlfriend, talking about Debo Samuel, The Weeknd. They're doing it for look. First of all, Jake Paul is a YouTube sensation. Like he knows how to make money.
Right.
And some of the topics were just stuff that's already been out there. He just
Clickbait.
wanted to add more to it. And the Jackson Mahomes things was one of them. It's like, all right, would you do a TikTok with Jackson? He's like, no, I would. And Tyreek cleared it up after. He said, I wouldn't even want to be handcuffed to you. So why would I want to be handcuffed to somebody else? So I think they were reaching a lot, but Tyreek's got to be smarter to me.
Yeah.
Of just some of the stuff that he's saying. because it just and I get it. 28 years old, went and made your money. I see a lot of the Chiefs fans. They're like, oh, he's quickly making it easy for us to move on, and I understand, like, because he is, but yeah, he's just got to be smarter, I think, and just
I think the Chiefs fan base gets a little too sensitive when it comes to like former players, and it's like he was a Chief, that's fine, and he can make jokes, that's fine. I mean, I haven't heard the clip, but I don't think he said anything too like wild or outlandish. And like, yeah, that was them having fun.
Nah, it was kind of it's borderline Q. It's borderline because the stigma or the if you read more into it, it's all right. The stigma around Jackson Mahomes and what he is and what he is not, that's out there. And so when they talked about being handcuffed to him, it kind of brought that stigma around it. And I think that's where he kind of he needed to tread lightly.
I mean, you could tread lightly, but I mean, yeah, it's a game. Like yeah. Would you want to be handcuffed to someone annoying? Like, would you want to be handcuffed to Pat Bear saying all the silly things that he says? Like, yeah, that's funny. Now, if you start looking into it more without them saying that I think that could be a personal thing for some people. Because I mean, even you alluding to it, I'm gathering that maybe you're talking about a sexual preference.
Yeah.
But even then, like, what does that matter? I think it
doesn't matter for me.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. To me, it sounds like they were just having fun, and it's something outlandish to ask somebody. And I mean, we've done that on Radio Row, asking people crazy things, just to see how they react. But yeah, I mean, Tyreek is not doing too much, and I think he's a lot smarter than to say something like crazy, especially when we looked at when he debuted his podcast. Like, even that clip.
His podcast is totally different from this. Like, they got to talk about Deshaun Watson and his legal situation. They got to talking about betting on sports. It was. I'm not recommending anybody go watch it, but go watch it and just report back, see what you think.
I think for me, more than anything, it's just kind of like a respect thing, because even with his comments, like in the beginning when he was talking about like bashing Patrick Mahomes, his efforts and stuff like that, it's like, but when you were here playing with them, like y'all were all hoorah, partying together, we're family, yada yada. Yeah. And then as soon as you leave, it's like, oh no, like you have all these comments. It's like, come on now, like at one point y'all were cool. So like just because you went to a different team, why doesn't mean you gotta like say all these jabs or side comments, I guess. It just gives me like, why now? I didn't.
But he did clear that up. He did clear that up too. And they were like, hey, what would you rather have? It to be Patrick Mahomes, or what's the difference between Patrick and? He's like, Patrick is still one of the greatest quarterbacks probably to ever play.
Yeah.
And so I think he just needs to. I don't know. Stick with his stuff and don't go to the YouTube sensation route, because Jake Paul doesn't care. He has no filter.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. He doesn't really have anything to lose, because it was just like that's what he got famous off of, is clickbait. So it's like, Tyreek, you have done so much greater than YouTube clickbait. Like, don't ruin it because of that.
Don't AB it.
Yeah.
don't put that ish on.
Right. Now, Draymond Green shares perfect NSFW advice for aspiring players after a workout. Hate it or love it?
I love it. Just because he went, was talking about you have to play your role in the NBA. There's only a handful of guys that are great in the league and that have been great and labeled as that. And if you don't have a role, then and do what they want you to do, there's other people that'll be able to do that. So you got to know how to play your role and do what you need to do, because you can't sit back and relax. That you're not. Look, if you're able to sit back and relax, you're Steph Curry, you're LeBron, you're AD, you're KD. So there's only a certain number of guys that have been able to do that in history, and more than likely you're not one of those. So you got to figure it out and figure out how to play a role.
No, definitely. And I mean, I think we all have seen the Jungle Book, when he was trying to tell Mowgli, like, you got to look for the bare necessities. That's exactly what Draymond gave those guys. Coming into the league, whatever combine workout or whatever, whatever they had going on, he was just telling guys it's not everybody's going to be Steph and Clay. Like, so a guy like me, you have to do what you do well, whether that's rebounds, your different intangibles. You need that. And sometimes people need that reminder. Like, you need that reminder that, yeah, I need to hustle more. Yeah, I don't need Fred Van Vliet beat me up the court. Like, there's a lot of different things that people forget. And especially when you're hustling around and like trying to navigate your way in a new world, like the NBA, like something that you're not used to. But again, it's like getting on that next level. And sometimes you need that veteran around. And, Steve, you talk about it a lot with DeMarcus Robinson being that veteran and how, a team would pick him up because you need a guy that's been there. And that's what Draymond was basically, getting across to them. Like, just because this is a workout, you have to create the habit of like hustling, and you have to create the habit of like not quitting and like besting people, because it's a game of competition. Like we're all in a race to make $1 billion and be like LeBron. A lot of these different accolades and different things that you have, but then also making your team better. And I think that's what Draymond adds. So I loved it because I watched that video, and I told Steve early in the week, I'm like, I've probably heard the sentiments of that speech on every sports team that I've been on. But again, for him to like put it into a real life situation in the moment and just remind people like, hey, these are bare necessities. And if you don't have it, you're not going to cut it.
Yeah. And that was his quote. And I think that was what resonated with me as well. Is like, he said, you're either going to master your role or you're going to get the F out. And it's just that simple. That's how people look at it. That's how the guys look at it that are in the league. It's like, you either going to basically get down and lay down. We're not here. We're not here. This isn't college. This isn't high school. Your little league team. We're not here to coddle you. You're either going to be it or be about it or not about it. So, yeah.
Definitely. Now, Lil Baby is about it. He gives James Harden a bag of money for his birthday. Hate it or love it.
I mean, I love it.
I do too. As funny as it is, it's every year they seem to like give each. I wonder, is this the same amount of money every year? They just get back and forth. All right, you can hold it this year, and I'll give it to you next year.
Probably. And then it'll mess around and actually just be an investment versus like a gift. So it's like, hey, what business you working on over there? Oh, I need about 900,000. Cool. Here, have this. Yep. We'll say it's a birthday gift.
Hold this real quick.
Because it goes back, I think, was it during COVID when James Harden he was like sitting out or something, or he wasn't coming back to the Rockets, and he was at like Lil Baby's birthday and he gave him a Rolex.
Yeah.
I wonder if Lil Baby pawned the Rolex to go get this cash, and it's like, all right, I'm just giving you your money back, man. Thanks for the Rolex.
True. I think we should get one of those deals going, Steve. I'll let you hold.
Right.
You let me hold it down for you.
All right.
I can't make no promises it won't get spent, but I'll hold it for you.
I mean, y'all just gotta give me the Rolex first. I don't know y'all like that, man.
Now, PGA Tour announces sweeping changes, including guaranteed money and elevated events. Hate it or love it.
I hate it because they're late to the party, and
late, super late.
And this is what all of the Live guys, the guys that left the PGA and now over at the Live league, this is what they're saying. It's just like, man, this is all we wanted. We wanted some guaranteed money, and now that another company basically is coming in and doing it, and we left y'all. Now y'all want to try to figure it out and be late behind the 8 ball doing it. So I think that's the issue. But I mean, this is another thing too. If you can't, you got to pay to play, and they're trying to figure it out now. And so I think now that they have the competition, they just can't be. They're not the only game in town anymore. So
no, definitely. I had a couple of years ago. I had a friend was going through some stuff, and she was like, one thing that rings in my head is my mom always told me, to control your situation before it controls you. And that's what happens. The heads of the PGA, they needed a Draymond Green on their team to give them those bare necessities to remind them, like, this is a sport of competition. Like, you can't just expect to be the only game in town forever. And that's the problem. They aren't these leagues like the PGA and the NFL are not proactive in what's going to not only be best for the players but for the sport as a whole. And this is a reaction that comes of it. Like, you have someone else, another league, that's shelling out more money, but then also allowing them to, like, be themselves, to market themselves in the way that they want. And the PGA is just behind the 8 ball. And things like this are just hilarious to me because they were so sure of themselves before this.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, I don't know, like, if you're listening on 100.1 FM, we have the monetary the purses that you can win in these 12 elevated events is what they're calling them, the elevated events. And so, like, the FedEx St. Jude Championship, 20 million, BMW Championship, 20 million, Tour Championship, FedEx Cup bonus pool, 75 million. So a lot of these, you have 12 of them, and it ends up being in total a little over $200 million. And so I don't know what the purse was before, but I do know within this, like, 200 million, they're trying to get close to what the Live is offering these players, right? But for their championship, I mean, you're getting 60-70 million guaranteed.
Exactly, it's not close.
Yeah, but what they're trying to do, they're trying to move in that direction. I mean, I see it, I get it, but they're late to the party.
Oh, super late, and it's their own fault.
Tardy. Now, in her first year as a head coach, Becky Hammons wins WNBA Coach of the Year. Hate it or love it.
Love it. Love it.
First year?
Yeah. We talk about the WNBA all the time and where it's going and where it's moving, and Becky Hammon is definitely moving it in the right direction.
Absolutely. Another one moving in the right direction. Phoenix Suns dust off retro uniforms from successful 1992
Love it.
season. Hate it or love it.
I love it. These are one of my favorites.
Let's see the video.
Super dope.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I like the throwback waves. I think sometimes that was like better than the new waves.
Of course.
So I'm here for all the throwbacks. Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith say Steph Curry is world's best player. Hate it or love it.
I love it. I mean, I'm leaning more towards that. Steph is that deal. I want to hear what Shaq did.
Me too.
This could be one of the best Western Conferences we've had. If Kawhi Leonard and Anthony Davis are healthy, along with the Phoenix Suns, Dallas Mavericks. You don't like the West?
I do, but nobody's going to beat the best player in the world, Steph Curry.
Steph Curry's the best player in the world?
Yeah, by far.
I agree right there. Last year, he was the best player in the world.
As Kenny would tell you, you can have a category, but the real ones are recognized by the championships that you have. Nobody plays better than Steph Curry. He's a tough shot taker, tough shot maker. I like where he's brought his career. I love Rocky type stories. Steph wasn't highly recruited, so to be able to work that hard and be the best shooter and one of the best players in the league, he gets my props for that. I love that kid. The real ballers like Ken and myself, we judge people by their championships.
Judge people by their championships, like judge Patrick Mahomes by hits. On that note, we appreciate everyone who hung out with us, listened to us on the W Show 100.1 FM. Remember, go like and subscribe. Our social media, YouTube, whichever social media platform you're on, you best believe we're there. Until next week, we are out of here. Q, safe travels, man.
Definitely.
The views and rest of the W Radio Show by the host, co-host, guests, and call-in listeners are solely the opinions and responsibility of the original source who expressed them. They do not represent the opinions of the W Show, 100.1 FM, One Kansas City Radio, Sideline Sports Talk, Team Wall Street Foundations, or affiliates.